Alright, good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing well. My name is Jose Dominguez and I'm the owner of Fluxo BJJ Jiu-Jitsu. Today I want to share with you guys my thoughts and feelings about bullying. There's a lot of bullying going on in our community, and it's important that we speak about it. Basically, bullying is a predator versus prey situation, right? Bullies identify those who lack self-confidence. They prey on it. I think we find the same kind of behavior in adult perpetrators. And if we look at the animal kingdom, they also pick off the weakest members of the herd and they prey on it. The best way to describe bullying, I think the best way to describe bullying is it's a pattern of behavior that harms and humiliates others, especially those who are weaker and or smaller. One thing that's important to remember about bullying is that it's not a person. It's not someone who's rude. It's not someone who tells you how it is. It's not someone who gets mad at you or disagrees with you. That doesn't make a person a bully. A bully is deliberate in their actions, and they repeatedly attempt to cause harm to others. Remember, bullying is not a person. It is an intentional and repeated action that aims to take people's powers away. Alright, so some of you guys know what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is and some of you don't. I'm going to share with you a quote from Grandmaster Helio. So Jiu-Jitsu is for the protection of the individual. The older man, the weak, the child, the lady, and the young woman. Anyone who doesn't have the physical attributes to defend themselves. It's probably one of my favorite quotes. And it really tells you the essence of what Jiu-Jitsu is intended to do. It's intended to help people. Most of the times, great martial artists and great fighters, they originate from backgrounds that many wouldn't expect. And Grandmaster Helio's story is no different. He went from being too sickly and too frail to train to becoming one of the greatest, most innovative teachers. Traditionally, the Gracie family, they learned judo. All of Helio's brothers practiced, but due to his fragility and his lack of strength, Helio was forced to adapt and to refine these techniques. Helio goes, I couldn't manage to do what my brother Carlos did because his jiu-jitsu depended on strength and ability, and I had neither of those. I used the principles of physics, of force, and of leverage. We too utilize jiu-jitsu as a tool for personal development. The lessons taught instill unshakable confidence while reinforcing positive values and good character. Jiu-Jitsu teaches us that we should avoid danger at all costs because it is wisdom and not weakness to walk away from a bully. If we are not unable to walk away from a bully, Jiu-Jitsu teaches us the skills we need to survive and ultimately to win. In its most basic form, Jiu-Jitsu is a means to grow from being prey. What is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to bullying? Firstly, predators don't hunt other predators. Our youth is a phase of growth. Our bodies have not come into its own yet. And while in this growth phase, they can appear weak, the physique of a 13-year-old is not the same as a 21-year-old. The problem occurs when judgments are made of our present physique. A skinny 13-year-old is socially labeled as weak and therefore becomes a target to be abused and taken advantage of. With that said, I think it is imperative that youth in this physical developmental phase not rush their growth, but rather be in a safe place while they do. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools are safe havens for people in this transitionary phase, where those who have gone before them, the senseis, the teachers, they don't look at them as prey, but rather as people to help move forward. Their fragility is handled with care and nurtured into strength, and not abused because of their weakness. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu teaches children how not to be part of that conversation in the first place, simply because they're just busy having different conversations, becoming the best versions of themselves, and eventually attaining their black belts. They just aren't in a place where bored predators hang out at. They're in a place where predators who seek to empower them are.